Hi guys, so today we're going to look at how we can use YouTube's transcriptions on how we can add captions to our videos 100% free, and then how we can edit them because they're not always perfect, so we can upload them to our chosen social media platform. So I've uploaded my video to YouTube and we're going to use the YouTube Beta Studio. So when you go to your YouTube, this is how it'll appear on your main screen. You're simply going to click on your name and click on YouTube Studio Beta. It's going to open up your studio home, and on the left where we see dashboard, we're going to go down to videos, and then we're going to click on our videos, and I want to edit captions. So I'm going to click on that, and it's going to bring up this basic information editing. So this is where you change your title, your description, edit your thumbnails, upload one, edit your tags, etc., etc. What we're going to do is click on transcriptions on the side, and you'll see here we've got two. So we've got one published, that's always there, don't know why, okay? And then we've got one here that's automatic. Now the automatic one is the one that YouTube is previously assigned to your video. So anybody that views your video is going to be able to turn those captions on by default. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on published, and that's going to open up our editor. Let me just close these tabs. That's going to bring up our editor. On the left hand side, you'll see it's all grayed out so that we can't fiddle with it. But what you will see is that a lot of it is misspelt, or it's just completely wrong. So one of the key ones that always happens is when you try and say a website. So here we've got, so we'll move on over to the end of the video here where we talk about going to the website. And we'll give you a perfect example. So here you see, I say head on over to jasoneverly.com where I have a post on how to get captions completely free. But you'll see what it's done to the jasoneverly.com is changed it to jasonevery.com. It's not a perfect system, it's automated. So you need to go in and you need to edit these things. So how do we do that? Well, at the top where we've got CC, English Automatic, we're going to click on edit. That's then going to create a draft. We're not editing the actual ones yet. We're just creating a draft. And then we can go in and we can edit all these individual boxes. And when you click on one of these boxes, it's going to move the time on the video to the time of the selected box. So all we're going to do is go through and change all of these so that they show correct, and I will highlight any portions that are important. So I'll just go through and do a couple now just to give you an example. So with hi, it should be capitalized. Hi guys, so today I want to talk about captions and why it's vitally important. Next box, click it, it's going to move my video, that you need to include them on your video content. So I don't actually say now here. So if we listen to the video, so I do kind of say it, but I don't actually say it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this. I'm going to put a full stop there, and I'm just going to capitalize studies just so it's a bit neater. So now you'll see it's changed the subtitles. Okay. And I don't typically completely change all these because it's normally actually a pretty accurate time frame. But I will change the way in which it's spelled. I never actually move any captions. So if I wanted to, I could highlight this completion, and I could copy and paste it into the next box above, but then I'd have to start messing around with all the time frames of all of these boxes, and it's just a little bit of a nightmare. So I just tend to leave it because we're just trying to do this fast. Okay, another important thing to note is if you want to break down your captions into another line, so say for instance here, if we wanted to have a break in the captions after were, you don't press enter. If you press enter, it's going to add an additional keyframe. And as far as I'm aware, there's no actual undo button on this. So all we do is we press shift and enter, always shift and enter, and it's going to add another line to our captions. And then if you want to undo it, you simply select the front of that line and you just hit backspace once and it gets rid of it. Now, things to remember when you do things like this is that when you press shift and enter, it's always going to start a new line, but it will never delete that previous space. So if any of these boxes have a space at the front, what you're going to get is you're going to get this little gap in your captions. And this is just a perfectionist thing, but it doesn't take 2 seconds just to skim over and make sure that you haven't done it, because all of the words should line up in one big line. So all I do is if I click off, you can quite clearly see the upload is out of alignment. And if we scroll through, we see pretty quick that that one is odd. So all we do is we just go in and you just press backspace once, and it's just going to delete that little box there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through and quickly edit all of my captions. Okay guys, so I've gone through and I've pretty much changed a few of the misspells. You can see I've changed jasonheverly.com to jasonheverly.com instead of jasoneverycom, and a few other things. So here at the bottom, I'm going to show you how to change these a little bit, because I always find that the signing off part of your video always shows a bit weird in the captions. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to slide along to the end. We'll just move. If we click on the video here, it's going to move our play hat. So we want to move our play hat here, and we'll just pause it. So we can see here that the see you soon is a little bit off the edge, but that's fine because we don't need to edit that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this here. It's really annoying that it's moving it around. Okay, so what we're going to do is use on any other platform. I might put that on the same one. So what I'm going to do is, remember before I said I'm just going to copy and paste this. So I normally don't like doing this because it means I'm going to fiddle around with some of the things. So, but I'll show you how to do it easily. So we're just going to copy this, delete, remember to delete that space at the start. Any other platform. I think that can fit on one thing. I think somebody will be able to read that pretty easily. So what we're going to do is we're going to find out where that video should, not video, sorry, where that caption should now end. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the video from here. So that's where our any other platform finishes. Now, so these blue markers are how we are going to drag and move these captions around. So what you'll see is at the top, you've got some little teeth at the top and the bottom. It's really hard to show, but at the top and the bottom, you've got some little teeth. That's just a little bit of artwork to show that it's wrapping around. Ignore it. What we're paying attention to is the long line on the caption. So all we're going to do is we're going to drag this to the red line just so it's visible. Go back one step so it's just invisible, so we know we're on the very, very edge. Now we know that that caption is going to end there. So if we go back to the start and listen to it again. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove these. Okay, I'm not going to remove them. I'm going to remove this M1 but move it up to there. So I think this can all fit on one. I think this signing off thing can fit on one thing. So the important thing to note here is the 1205, or 12.5. So what we're going to do is we're going to rearrange the way how this works. So what we're going to do is we're going to delete to go up one line, space, rest of your day, and it says a little. It's incorrect. So I'm going to change this. I'm going to change this to the rest of your day. And then delete that. I'm going to press Shift Enter to move it down to a new line, and a little forward. I don't know where it gets this stuff. And I look is what it should say. Forward to seeing you soon. So all we're going to do is we're going to copy this, copy, space, paste. That seems perfectly fine. Don't know why it's split onto two lines, but hey ho. And all we're going to do is, you see where this says 1205. This is the important part. So we're going to see 1205. We're going to delete this. Okay, gone. We can't undo that. Once you click on that, it's gone. Okay, and we're going to change this to 12.5, and that's going to take it to the exact end of our video. Okay, so we haven't changed anything other than taking that straight to the end. So now if we listen to this again, move our little play hat. Okay, so that's how you edit your captions. Now, a few things to remember and a few important points. I will show you after we've downloaded it. So all we're going to do here is we are going to click Save Changes. All changes are saved. They're now published. That has now replaced the automatic ones. Okay, so if we return to YouTube Studio, it takes you down to this transcriptions. Here we'll see refresh. We refresh those, and we've now got two: English, automatic, and English. We want the English ones because the automatic ones weren't correct. So all we're going to do is click on English, and this is the ones that we did. Okay, so you can see it's not got the separate bar at the bottom. These are all the ones that we did. So all we're going to do is click on Actions, and we want to download SRT. Okay, that's now downloaded SRT into our downloads folder. Now we don't need anything else. Okay, I certainly don't. I've got this subtitles videos published on LinkedIn, so I don't actually need it on YouTube anymore. So all I'm going to do is just click on, not editor, sorry. I'm just going to click on YouTube beta, and I'm just going to remove this from my channel. It's as simple as that. Click on the three little dots, delete. I understand. Delete video. I've got my SRT file. That's my captions. I no longer need them. And that's it, guys. So now I'll show you how to upload them to LinkedIn with the captions. And when you upload them with the captions, it automatically adds them. Okay, guys, so we're here on LinkedIn. Now there's something I want to show you because I need to show you how to fix it. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to click on video. We're going to upload our captions video. I don't think that's the right one. So let me just go here. Videos, captions. Okay, so we've got our captions video. This is our video that we did transcriptions on YouTube. Okay, and what you need to do to make sure that captions are on your video by default is you need to click on this little pen icon, and it will say video captions files, SRT only. That's the one we downloaded from YouTube. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to select file. We're going to go to our downloads. We're going to select our transcript, our captions, sorry, and then we're going to do that. But it says, you see here where it says invalid SRT format at line 81, missing sequence number. This is the problem that most people have. So how do we fix this? Well, by fixing this, we go to our downloads folder. Okay, and so I'll show you here. We double click on our SRT folder. Now you're going to need a program to view this file. Okay, I use Notepad++. Okay, which looks like this. So you might be able to open it in Notepad. I don't know whether you can, but I certainly use Notepad++ because it works on most coding formats. And you see here, line 81. This is the line that is missing. So all we're going to do is delete twice to bring our cursor up to the end of line 71 and save. Don't do anything else. Download Notepad++. It's completely free of charge. It's an awesome little app to have on your computer. It basically replaces Notepad. And then we're just going to close that. We're now going to upload our SRT file again. Okay. But this time it's accepted it. And it's because of those blank spaces that YouTube leaves on the end is the reason why LinkedIn doesn't accept it. And then all we do is save. Now when we upload our video, those captions will be burned onto our video and permanently visible to anybody that views our video. And it's vitally important that you do it. So that's it, guys. That's how you get captions on your video completely free of charge. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks a lot.